Hare Krishna. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Gopi Janavallabha Girivaradhari. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yashodanandana Vraja Janaranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Golokananda, Radha Golokananda, Shri Radhe. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Shri Radha Golokananda ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayan Namaskrityam Naranchayva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jai Mudire Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 49, text number 31. So last verse of the chapter. Shashamsa Rama Krishnabhyam शशांस रामकृष्णाभ्यां धृतराष्ट्रविचेष्टितं पाण्डवान् प्रति कौरव्य यद् अर्थं प्रेषितः स्वयं शशंस रामकृष्णाभ्यां धृतराष्ट्रविचेष्टितं पाण्डवान् प्रति कौरव्य यद् अर्थं प्रेषितः स्वयं शशांस रामकृष्णाभ्यां धृतराष्ट्रविचेष्टितं शशांस रामकृष्णाभ्यां धृतराष्ट्रविचेष्टितं यदर्थं प्रेषितः स्वयं शशांस रामकृष्णाभ्यां धृतराष्ट्रविचेष्टितं पाण्डवान् प्रति कौरव्य यदर्थं प्रेषितः स्वयं रामकृष्णाभ्यां Shashamsa, he reported, Ramakrishnabhyam to Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna. Dhritarashtra Vicheshtitam, the behavior of King Dhritarashtra. Pandavan Prati, towards the son of Pandu. Kauravya, O descendant of the Kurus, Parikshit. Yat, for which, Artham, purpose, Preshitaha, sent, Swayam, himself. Translation. Akrura reported to Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna how Dhritarashtra was behaving towards the Pandavas. Thus, O descendant of the Kurus, he fulfilled the purpose for which he had been sent. Akrura reported to Lord Balaram and Lord Krishna how Dhritarashtra was behaving towards the Pandavas. Thus, O descendant of the Kurus, he fulfilled the purpose for which he had been sent. Jiva Goswami's commentary. He reported the various actions of Dhritarashtra, who reveal internal cruelty with a gentle exterior towards the Pandavas, for which purpose he was sent by Krishna and Balaram. O Parikshit, Kauravya, understand that the cause of the destruction of the ancestral Kurus was this person. Thus ends the purpose of the humble servants of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, to the 10th canto, 49th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Akrura's Mission in Hastinapur. Om Jnanati Mirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhan Vitamsya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pacharine Nirvishesh Shunyavadi Pashyata Deshatarine Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. I'd like to request the blessings of Maharaj and all the assembled Vaishnavas. By your blessings we can discuss, I can speak a few words on this verse. So we have come to the end of this chapter, Akrura's mission to Hastinapur. And I was thinking, if it's okay, since we have come to the end of chapter, I'll just go to 5 main points that I found in this entire chapter. So one way will be kind of a review of the entire chapter and also like the key points, what makes this chapter of Srimad Bhagavatam special. So, just your permission. So the first point is basically about how this verse basically ends with the point that Akrura's mission, he fulfilled the purpose. So it says, Yad Artham, right? Yad Artham, the purpose for which Preshitaha, for which he was actually sent, fulfilled. Right? So, so we see this verse, like if you see the storyline basically when Krishna actually, he was brought by Akrura to Mathura, then when they reached Mathura, then Krishna told Akrura, okay, you go home. I Krishna and Balaram will go through a Mathura city and you want to see the city, but you go home. So he sent Akrura away, but he promised that I'll come back later. And then later, after killing Kamsa, then Krishna actually comes to Akrura's house, right? And then there's beautiful verses where Akrura glorifies Krishna, but then at the end of the entire conversation, then Krishna actually gives this instruction to Akrura, where he actually, first of all, glorifies Akrura. And he says, like, devotees like yourself, they are actually the most worshipable authorities, And he makes the point that, so someone can get purified by bathing in a holy river. Is that something? Okay. Someone can get purified by bathing in a holy river, but just by having the darshan of a pure devotee, one is actually purified immediately. So he makes that point. He glorifies Akrura as an exalted devotee. And then he actually says that we have heard that the weak-minded Dhritarashtra, after the Pandu has passed away, he is not treating the Pandavas well. So Krishna already knew that Dhritarashtra was not treating the Pandavas well. Yet he actually sent Akrura and he said, indeed that weak-minded Dhritarashtra has come under the control of his wicked sons, and therefore the blind king is not treating his brother's sons fairly. So he knew, he already said that how Dhritarashtra is weak-minded, and he knew that how he is not treating the Pandavas well. And yet he actually sends Akrura on a mission. And he says, go and see whether Dhritarashtra is acting properly or not. When we find out, we'll make the necessary arrangements to help our dear friends. So this is how the previous chapter ended. And in this chapter we see how Akrura is following that instruction, the mission that Lord Krishna has actually given him. Right? So I was thinking, like, one way Krishna already knows. And he's telling Akrura, I already know, I've already heard that how Dhritarashtra is weak-minded and how he's not treating the sons of Pandu well. I already know. But still he's actually sending Akrura. And I was thinking of the point that how Krishna's mercy comes in the form of engaging in some kind of service. So Krishna blessed Akrura to do a particular kind of service. And we will see in this chapter, like the remaining points, that what was really accomplished in this entire Akrura's mission. Right? So the first point is how Krishna blesses us by engaging us in service. And there's a beautiful verse actually in the 3rd canto. This is in 3rd canto, chapter 4, text number 15, where Uddhav is actually, talking to Vidura, and he's remembering Lord Shri Krishna. And in that conversation, Uddhav is actually, telling Vidura that how Lord Krishna actually, when he was finally, this is like the final pastime, and Lord Krishna was in front of Uddhav. And what did Uddhav pray for? There's actually a beautiful verse. It says, Kona isha te pada saroja bhajam sudullava artheshu chatursa apiha tathapi naham pranoni bhuman bhavat padamboja ni sevano sukha. So last word is ni sevano utsuka. Right? So seva and utsuka. So basically, what is Uddhav actually telling Krishna? Oh my Lord, devotees who engage in the transcendental loving service of your lotus feet have no difficulty in achieving anything within the realms of the 4 principles of dharma, artha, kama and moksha. Basically religiosity, economic development, sense gratification and liberation. But O great one, as far as I am concerned, I have preferred only to engage in the loving service of your lotus feet. Right? So basically the word to word says, one who has that eagerness to serve, that enthusiasm to serve. Right? So what is the desire of a devotee? And throughout Srimad Bhagavatam, we see Krishna is appearing in front of different personalities. And what do they pray for? We're recently reading the 4th canto. We have the Prachetas, and Lord Vishnu comes directly in front of the Prachetas. And what do the Prachetas ask for? They actually say, oh, all we want is we want to always be in the association of your pure devotees. Right? And the same thing even Prithu Maharaj. He actually says that the words coming from the lotus mouth of pure devotees is just like the saffron dust particles from your lotus feet. And when that enters into the ear and then goes into the heart, that actually gives complete satisfaction. And hence, all I want is to associate with devotees. So we see the point of when we are associating with devotees, what are we doing? We are doing the service of hearing or chanting. Right? So finally it all comes to service, and that's basically devotional service. Right? So even more than the presence of the Lord, a devotee actually aspires to be engaged in service of the Lord. Right? And particularly here Uddhav is saying, and I want to engage in service with what? With that enthusiasm. Utsaha nishaya dhairya. With that enthusiasm, I want to always be engaged in your service. And that's the only benediction that I ask for. So when Krishna is engaging Akrura, he's actually blessing him with the opportunity to be engaged in service. And hence this entire mission actually takes place. So that was the first point about the glories, the blessing to be engaged in devotional service. Right? Now the second point here is, so that's how the entire mission starts. And the second point is, throughout Srimad Bhagavatam, one point that we see again and again, what is stressed again and again, like we are reading an entire story, and all of a sudden the story pauses, and there is verses that just actually is based on prayers. Throughout Srimad Bhagavatam, there are prayers again and again and again. Like in the 1st canto, we have prayers of Queen Kunti, Bhishma Pitama's prayers, and then Dharma, the bull. And throughout Srimad Bhagavatam, we see again, like in 2nd canto, that talks of the entire aspect of creation. Right? But again in the 3rd canto, when Vidura is actually asking Maitreya Rishi, please describe the entire aspect of creation. But when you describe, please add the aspect of sweetness. So if you see 2nd canto, 5th chapter and 3rd canto, 5th chapter are very similar, the entire aspect of creation from Karnadaksha Vishnu. But when Vidura is asked that please add the sweetness of Krishna, what does Maitreya Rishi add? He actually adds more prayers. So in 2nd canto we see the entire aspect of creation is there. There are the demigods who are created. And in 3rd canto, and then it continues, the creation aspect. When 3rd canto, when demigods are created, then they actually offer prayers to the Lord. And very beautiful prayers. So entire Srimad Bhagavatam is actually filled with praise of these devotees, right? And these prayers, like, when you are reading initially, it's like a whole story is going on and the prayers come and we want to kind of skip the prayers and come to the rest of the story, right? But actually, the prayers are the real essence. Because that's where the bhakti of those devotees to the Lord is actually spilled out. They are revealing their heart so that we can actually imbibe that mood of bhakti and we can actually come closer to Krishna. So essence of the entire Srimad Bhagavatam is in these beautiful prayers, because these prayers are actually the devotion of these exalted personalities. So similarly here, we see in this chapter, Akrura gets the blessing to hear the prayers of Queen Kunti. And Queen Kunti is, we read in the first canto her beautiful prayers. And that's later on. But here we already see that how she has so much devotion for the Lord. So she actually makes the point. There's actually 2-3 prayers are so beautiful in this chapter of Queen Kunti. Right. Yeah. So, Kunti Devi is actually praying. She's actually saying in text number 11 of this chapter, she says, Krishna, Krishna, Mahayogin, Vishvatma, Vishwabhavana, Prapannam Pahi Govinda, Shishubhis, Chava, Chavasidatim. Right? So it says, Krishna, Krishna, O great yogi, O supreme soul, protector of the universe, O Govinda, please protect me who have surrendered to you. I and my sons are being overwhelmed by trouble. And when we're discussing this section, it's not that Queen Kunti is actually asking for protection from the problems that she's facing, because she's already, later on she prays for, let these calamities come again and again. Vipada Shantu Tatsasva Tatta Tatta Jagat Guru. Let the problems come again and again. Why? Because all I want is your association. So, mainly Queen Kunti is actually praying. We see in her prayers that mood of, even the problems that I'm facing, I don't care as long as I can get your association, your personal association. So we see the mood of prayers of Queen Kunti. And she's just praying that, you are the one who actually comes and protects the people who are surrendered unto you. And I am taking shelter of you. And whenever there are problems, you come and you protect the surrender. So you please come, because I want to have your personal darshan. Right? And then later on, she actually prays that I have no shelter other than your lotus feet. I have come to you. Yeah. And then, thus meditating on Lord Shri Krishna, the Lord of the universe, Kunti Devi began to cry out in grief, O king. So in one way, Akrura is getting the blessing of seva. Akrura is getting the blessing of experiencing the devotion of Queen Kunti. Because through those prayers, he's actually seeing how much love she has for Lord Shri Krishna. Right? So second aspect, the beauty of this chapter is the prayers, the beautiful prayers of Queen Kunti. Right? Now, that's so first is seva, second is the aspect of prayers. Right? And here I would like to make one more point. Okay, I'll come to that point again. Right? So second point is prayers, and how we see that the Lord is actually hungry for these prayers of His devotees. The Lord is eagerly waiting to hear. Like the Lord is always aptakam, but He's always eager. If any devotee actually offers Him devotion filled prayers, He's actually eager and He's just like waiting to hear those prayers. Right? Like even in Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna finally say? Sarva dharma parityajya mam ekam sharanam vaja. Give up all your so-called dharmas and just surrender. And when a bhakta hears this, that Krishna is just asking you to surrender, and then if he actually comes to Krishna and say, Krishna, for so many lifetimes I have turned away from you. Now I am turning to you. Please accept me. And just he makes that, a conditioned soul makes that prayer to Krishna. Krishna is eagerly waiting. When will this jiva make that devotion-filled prayer? And that's what Krishna is hungry for. Krishna is hungry for the love of his devotees, for this devotion-filled prayers. So, one reason Krishna sent Akrura, because he wanted to hear. And in this verse, today's verse, we see how Akrura goes back and he relates all this has happened. And all the prayers of Queen Kunti are actually, Krishna is actually feeling, one way we can see that Krishna is feeling that, ecstasy just hearing those prayers of Queen Kunti. So that's the second point here. The third point is, the beautiful point in this chapter is Akrura's instructions. So we see in entire Srimad Bhagavatam, in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, we say, yes, all so many beautiful, sweet pastimes of Krishna in Vrindavan, and now we have come to Krishna in Mathura and then Dwarka, right? I mean, next chapter is basically how Krishna moves to Dwarka. So all these beautiful pastimes are there. But even in these pastimes, there is actually the basic essential philosophy of our root cause of existence in this material world and how we can get out. Right? So basically, Akrura is giving instructions to Dhritarashtra. And what does he say? Act according to dharma. Do your dharma. And entire Bhagavad Gita is what? Karpanya dosho pahata swava prichami tvam dharma samuda chesa. Dharma samuda cheta. Basically, Arjuna is asking, oh Krishna, tell me what is my dharma? And entire Srimad Bhagavatam, Parikshit Maharaj is asking Sukadeva Goswami, tell me what is my real duty? Of one particularly who is going to die, that's Parikshit Maharaj's point. But again, the whole thing is to understand what is our dharma. And here, Akrura is telling Dhritarashtra, understand what is your true dharma. You are thinking of all these, you are doing so many adharmic activities, but just try to understand what is your true dharma and how you can act according to dharma. So first point he says about acting according to dharma, and then he actually says the importance of developing good qualities. He says shilena, and act with good character and be samaha, be equally disposed, right? Equally disposed. So he's saying follow dharma, and then he's saying about the aspect of cultivating the good qualities. Like in the entire Srimad Bhagavad Gita also we see, like twice, at least, I mean so many times again and again, I shouldn't say twice, many times again and again in Srimad Bhagavatam, we see Krishna giving a list of qualities that a devotee should develop. Right? So we have in 13th chapter, right, text 8 through 12, then 16th chapter, text 1 to 4, then even 2nd chapter, Arjuna asks Krishna, how do I recognize a spiritual person? Again Krishna gives a list of qualities. Throughout Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Krishna is actually again and saying, yes, I want you to take up devotional service, but that will be easy to take up if you develop good qualities. So here we see the point. Akrura is saying that develop good qualities and act according to dharma. And if you don't do that, then you will be condemned. In next life you will go to hell. And then further he says that there's no permanent relationship with anyone in this world. One is born alone and dies alone. What we do, we will actually have to face the consequences. Right? We'll have to face the consequences. So, therefore, look upon the world as a dream. Control your mind with intelligence and be equipoised. So beautiful in this chapter. We have such practical instructions for each one of us, that how we can actually take up devotional service, how develop good character, and then how everything in this material world is just like a dream. There's no permanent relationship in this material world. Right? So third main point is Akrura's wonderful instructions to Dhritarashtra. Right? And the fourth point is, I think the last few classes this has been the theme, Maharaj was mentioning this yesterday, that how Dhritarashtra, in spite of hearing all these instructions, is actually unable to accept them. And one may say, like, why is this, like, he has the association of such exalted personalities. Akrura is an exalted personality. Bhishma Dev is an exalted personality. Vidura is an exalted personality. They are actually Mahajans. Bhishma Pitama is a Mahajan. Vidura is a Mahajan, one of the 12 Mahajans. In spite of having all these good associations, why cannot Dhritarashtra accept? And such a point, a wonderful point to think about. Why he cannot accept it in spite of having good association. And throughout Srimad Bhagavatam, Chaitanya Charitamrita, it actually made the point, the importance of devotee association. Right? And one may say, like, he has the association, but why he cannot change? So another wonderful point, that yes, he has good association, but at the same time, he is not giving up the bad association. That's that? Like in what sense? We don't accept it. Okay, that point. Okay. So that's humility, but thank you. So why can't Dhritarashtra accept this? And then we actually come to understand the importance of good association, but at the same time giving up bad association. Dhritarashtra was receiving all these good advice, association of pure devotees, but the rest of the time, what was he doing? He was getting bad association from Duryodhan, from Shakuni, and they were like filling his ears with all this garbage and all this like, oh no, what you're doing is right, we should get the kingdom, And then, so in spite of having that good association, that bad association was not allowing him to accept that good association of even Mahajans. Right? So we actually, when thinking of Krishna consciousness, we say, okay, we get the association of devotees, but at the same time, we have to give up the bad association. Like how Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu tells Rupa Goswami, yes, we'll get that Bhakti Lata beej, but we have to create a fence around it. Because if we don't create a fence, then all the bad association, all the weeds will actually keep growing, and they will actually stunt our growth of our Bhakti plant. So, importance of giving up bad association. Like even practically in our life, like we are, often this question comes, yes, we are coming to temple, we are getting such wonderful association, such wonderful senior devotees, Maharaj is here, all wonderful devotees are here, we get so much association. But we can actually absorb this association when we take the step of giving up the bad association. Like we have to go, we have to work outside in the world, we have to do our thing, but we don't need to associate with those people. We just do our business like okay, this is what I need to do just to survive, but our real association, we open our heart here in the circle of devotees, we ask questions here in the circle of devotees, we render service here in the circle of devotees. Our heart is here. Our heart is here. So that's right. And also in this verse purport, Jiva Goswami makes the point that Dhritarashtra revealed internal cruelty with a gentle exterior towards the Pandavas. Internal cruelty. But outside he was like, yes, Yudhishthir, Pandavas, you're also good, I'm taking care of you. You're in my kingdom, I'll feed you, etc. But internally, he had that envy that, why Yudhishthir? I don't want Yudhishthir. I want my son Duryodhana to become the king. So internal cruelty. And I was thinking, this is the point of envy that we have in our heart, at least in my heart. So much envy. Envy towards other living entities, sometimes envy towards devotees also. And that envy is the thing that blocks us from absorbing the knowledge. Even Bhagavatam actually starts off. Who is actually qualified to receive the knowledge? Nirmat Saranam Satam. One who is actually free from envy. And this envy mentality comes as soon as we start comparing. Oh, that person has this, I don't have it. Or even in devotee circles, oh, he is receiving so much mercy from Maharaj, why am I not receiving? Or something like that. Right? So we actually develop that mood of envy. Right? But our envy towards other living entities is one way our envy towards Krishna. Because everyone is connected to Krishna. And the way to actually get out of this envy is to actually have the spirit of thinking about the good for everyone. Thinking about the welfare for every living entity. And it's practically I feel like it's a matter of cultivation, where you have to, force yourself, okay, my mind is telling me this, but no, I want to think about the good for everyone. I want to think about the welfare of everyone. How can I serve? How can I help everyone else? So practically developing that mood will actually take about the envy. So one is developing the mood of welfare, mood of thinking of good to others, how can you serve? And second is looking out for good qualities in devotees. Like this was a point Adigadar Prabhu also was stressing a lot. That when we see, he said every devotee has so many good qualities. But because we are envious, we cannot see those qualities. You know? So if we actually try to search out what is the good quality in this person, how can I praise him, how can I appreciate his good qualities, then that will actually help us overcome the envy. I mean, it's one way unfortunate that, we glorify devotees when they pass away, but, can we develop that mood like even now, when we are interacting with devotees, can we actually appreciate them? Can we find good qualities in them? Can we be like the honeybee and not like the fly? Right? That example is given, right? We want to be the honeybee. We just want to look at honey everywhere, right? Isn't that Mahabharata, the story of... was it Maharaj can say? Was it Dronacharya who sent Yudhishthir and Duryodhan? He said, Yudhishthir, go and find a person who's better than you. And then Yudhishthir went and looked everywhere. And he couldn't find anyone better than me. He said, like, everywhere I go... No, it's okay, right? Like, he was asked, find someone better than you. Is that right? Okay. Yeah, okay. So, anyway, I think it can be framed both ways. Let me try this way, and if that works, then I'll switch around. So Yudhishthir, find someone better than you. And then he was looking everywhere, and he saw that, oh, this person has so-and-so good quality, I don't have it. This person has so-and-so good quality. And then he felt, there is no one better than me. Right? And then for Duryodhan, find someone who is fine. Okay, so I guess that tricks it. Okay, yes. Yeah, everyone is better. Yeah. No one is better. Okay, we got the point, right? So Duryodhan is basically like looking only for bad in everything, like finding faults. But Yudhishthir could only see good qualities. And and we see because Duryodhan had that spirit of envy, but Yudhishthir was always thinking of the good for others. He was finding those good qualities. And there's actually this, I have this sheet, like I just found it, someone shared it on WhatsApp. It is like 13 points of Bhakti Sansari Thakur. And I just love that I have like kind of framed it. And the first point actually says, always think of the good even for your worst enemies. That was the first point. And it's like beautiful 13 points I can share if anyone would like. So, yeah, put it on WhatsApp, yeah. What? Oh, what's number 5? Yes, okay. So number 5 is the point about how Krishna is always thinking about his devotees. One way Queen Kunti, Pandavas could actually think that Krishna is there in Mathura. Right? This is Mathura. Yeah, Krishna is there in Mathura. And Mathura is not so far from Hastinapur. And we are going through so many challenges. Is Krishna really thinking about us? Is Krishna really caring about us? And one may think that, oh no, Krishna is right here. If he was caring, he would have come. But many times it's not Krishna who personally comes, but he actually sends the message through his devotees, through some agents, and you can feel Krishna's presence. Yes, I'm going through a hard time, but Krishna is there. Like Krishna just sending Akrura to Queen Kunti and the Pandavas is a sign that Krishna is thinking about the Pandavas. He loves the Pandavas. So similarly, I was thinking in our life also, many times we may get sometimes like, you're praying to Krishna for something and like, our prayers are not being heard. But maybe we are not seeing how Krishna's agents are actually coming to our life and reciprocating with us. So that was point number 5. So I want to give some points for...
So it helps me to put these things down because then, first of all, I get the references, the verses that you're quoting, and also the points that are so well structured that you made, and the sequence and everything. But the first thing I thought is that Krishna is showing how he's engaging people in service, and engaging his devotees in service. And in regards to Dhritarashtra, it's also to make it evident as a lawyer who wants to have proof of how the attempt was made for all humanity, for all time to come, that is something that we really need to work on. That we get all this good advice, we give all these good opportunities and all this good association, but the reason it's not because of the association only, it's because of the seed of envy that is in the heart of the individual that will find all kinds of circumstances around himself or herself to actually justify his behavior, his improper behavior. And the same thing happens when the good association and the seed is already becoming purified, that one can actually make advancement in devotional life.
Yeah, wonderful.
So that's the first point that came to my mind, and I don't want to take over the whole thing. So.
Thank you. Thank you for that.
Thank you so much. It was a wonderful class.
I thought of one thing when you're talking about bad association. Sometimes you don't have to associate with anybody but your mind. Like, you see something on the internet, and then your mind starts thinking something. And then there's bad association with your mind with previous samskaras or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, like, we are bombarded with so many things. You just go to Facebook or something and you see all these things, and it's just like things that just like capture our mind, you know. And then especially while you're chanting, those thoughts come, and it's like hard for us to let go. You know? So sometimes, it is just association with our mind, and if we are not, trying to like protect us from that bad association, they can just like overcome our mind and give us like no space to even like think about Krishna. You know? Because our whole goal is Savai Mana Krishna Padaravinda, but the mind is captured by all these things, and we just take that association and like in chapter 3, Krishna makes the point. Maharaj has a point.
In the Mahabharata, Krishna mentions that he makes all these attempts for political reasons so he won't be blamed. So even though Krishna knows it's completely hopeless, and he talks about this when he tried to make peace, the final moment he tried to make peace, he talks to Karna, he makes all these attempts so that people wouldn't blame him later on for the battle.
And then he himself goes as a peace messenger, and Thank you. Thank you, Maharaj.
So he's a perfect politician too.
Jai. Shri Krishna Bhagwan ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhyo cha Patya Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Shri Shri Radha Golokananda ki jai.
Adipurusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adipurusham Namaham Bhajami Marhavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Agom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govindam Adipurusham Samaham Bhajami Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakalem Kriya Priti Manti Vasyanti Panti Kayanti Giram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrasya Govindam Adi Purusham Amaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Amaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham.
Tamaham Bhajami. Namaham Vishnu Pataya Krishna Prasnaya Mutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Namanditi Namanai Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Vachar Nagini Visesha Shunyavani Paschachare Zatananai Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Siva Sati Gaurabhakta Vrindanaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Siva Sati Gaurabhakta Vrinda Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadada Siva Sati Gaurabhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Nayarad, Agorokenana, Agorokenana, Ragate. Nayarad, Agorokenana, Agorokenana, Tagade. Nayarad, hey, Rade, Rade, Nayaragate. Nayarat, hey, Rade, Nayarade, Nayarate. Jaya Radhe, Jaya Sri Radhe. Hey, Jai Om.
Darpanamarjanam Bhavamahadavagni Nirvapanam Shreya Kairam Vyachandrikavitaranam Vijavadu Jivanam Anandam Buddhivardhanam Pratipanam Purnamrita Swaranam Sarvavasanam Paramikaya Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Nam Hari Bahuda Nija Sarva Shaktis Tatrapitani amita smaranena kala etadrishita vakripa bhagavan mamapi durdaiva midrishami hajjanina raga trinadapi sunichena tarorapi sahishuna amanina manatena kirtaniya sadahari nadanam najanam nasundarim Kavitam va jagadisha kamaye mama janmani janmani ishvare bhavatad bhaktir hoitaki twai Ainanda tanuja kinkaram patitam mam vishame bhavam buddha kribaya pada pankaja stita duli sajashim vachintaya nayanam gadashu daraya varanam gadgada hridaya gira pulakarnishitam vapukada tavanama grahane bhavishyati yugayatam namishena chakshusha pravashayatam Shunayatam Jagat Sarvam Govindam Virahename Aslishyava Padamratam Panastumam Adarshanam Marmahata Kurotuva Yatatava Vinadatu Lampato Mat Prananatastu Eva Napara. Victory to the Sri Krishna Sankirtan, which cleanses the heart of all the dust accumulated for years and extinguishes the fire of conditional life of repeated birth and death. This Sankirtan movement is the prime benediction for humanity at large because it spreads the rays of the benediction moon. It is the life of all transcendental knowledge. It increases the ocean of transcendental bliss, and it enables us to fully use the nectar for which we are always anxious. O my Lord, congregational chanting of your holy name alone can render all benediction to living beings, and thus you have millions in the names, Krishna and Govinda. In these